What's up guys? It's been a little while since I last filmed a video, but I wanted to catch up with you guys, give you a few major updates that have been going on in my life, and open up about what God's been teaching me in this new year and share some intentions that I want to practice in 2023. And the first major update is that I'm pregnant, which is super exciting. My husband and I were pretty surprised. I wouldn't really say we were trying, but we were not trying, if that makes sense. So it's been a huge blessing. Honestly, in the last few months, I've been feeling overwhelmed and excited. Overwhelmed because this is our first child and I just finished my first trimester. It went by so quickly. Honestly, I was pregnant all of November and I didn't even know. I took a pregnancy test at the end of November, right after Thanksgiving. And I was surprised. I honestly took a pregnancy test because I was feeling kind of off. I didn't have morning sickness, which was crazy. And I just felt weird cramps. So I was like, maybe I should take a pregnancy test. And so I did, and it came out positive. I actually took 3 pregnancy tests because the first one I was like, no, there's no way I'm pregnant. And lo and behold, after the third one, I was like, I think this is pretty accurate. So it's been very exciting. Ryan and I are just filled with joy, but like I said, it's a whole new journey that we're on. So yeah, it's just been a crazy time. I wanted to go over what's been happening with my first trimester, what I've been experiencing, symptoms I've been having. First of all, I didn't really have any expectations of how I thought my pregnancy was going to go. Honestly, though, I thought it was going to go worse than it actually did because I didn't really have morning sickness, which was crazy. So it went pretty smoothly. But the symptoms that I did feel is number 1, shortness of breath. So if I talk for long periods of time, like I'm doing right now, I feel a little bit of shortness of shortness of breath coming on. It's a little bit of a struggle, a little bit of an adjustment. I heard in the first trimester it can happen because your hormones are changing, and then in the second trimester, as your body gets used to pregnancy, it kind of gets better, hopefully. But that's something I've been experiencing. I experienced serious fatigue. So I work full time. So I was pouring all of my energy into work, and then after work, I was just like so tired. I was ready to go to bed by like 7 p.m. I'm still struggling with being tired. They said second trimester would be better and you get more of that energy. I haven't fully gotten that energy yet, but I am a lot better than I was originally because one pattern that I did notice in November is that I was very tired. And so I thought, man, what is it? Am I not getting enough sleep? Like I couldn't pinpoint it, but lo and behold, I'm pregnant, so that's what it was. And then going into December, I was very tired. So even picking up a camera, even doing small tasks, it was just taking up a lot of energy and a lot of time. And which honestly, now that I look back, it's a good thing because it kind of slowed me down a bit. And it just allowed me to surrender everything to God, honestly, because I wasn't able to just manage so many things that I typically manage. Like I said, I was pouring my energy into work, and then after work I had to take it really slow because everything was overwhelming just because I got tired very easily. So that was another big symptom. I've been hungry. I've been getting hungrier and hungrier. First trimester, I was craving very specific things that were very unhealthy. And I remember watching YouTube videos from other girls who were pregnant and they were craving salads and grilled chicken and all of this healthy stuff. And I was like, man, when I get pregnant, like I want to crave healthy things, right? To have like a healthy, balanced pregnancy in regards to food. But I've had like the total opposite in regards to cravings. Like I've been craving fried chicken and fries, sweet potato fries, In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A nuggets, honestly, just anything that's unhealthy. Right now it's hard for me to eat veggies, which is also, it just makes the whole process even harder. I'm trying to eat healthy and I'm trying to have smoothies in the morning just to kind of balance things out, but it's been a real struggle in that regard because I'm not necessarily craving salads or grilled chicken. So it's tough. I also got this little pregnancy journal called The Story of You. I found it off of Amazon and I think it's really cute. It basically is a journal for you to outline everything that's going on in your pregnancy, symptoms, cravings, your doctor's appointments, which was another thing that I've been learning about. Lots of doctor's appointments, lots of blood tests, lots of things to coordinate, which also makes me kind of overwhelmed, which is why I got this book too, just to help me keep track of everything and also for memories. Like I want to be able to jot down everything that happened this first pregnancy. Oh, heart palpitations. That was another thing I was getting. I was getting weird heart palpitations. Working out has obviously been a struggle. No surprise there. That should have been a clue back in November because every time I tried to do a workout, I was like, am I really this out of shape? Because typically I work out about 4 times a week and I do HIIT workouts, you know, I do some weight training and all this stuff. And in November, I was so weak. It was really hard to get through a 30-minute workout, which makes sense now. So I've been having to kind of take it slower in regards to workouts, and I've been implementing more pregnancy workouts. I took a cycling class actually 2 weeks ago. It's a cycling class that I used to take all the time. So I was used to it, but then I went again pregnant, and after the cycling class, my back hurt. I was like, I think I pushed myself way too hard. So those are things that I'm learning. You know, I can't do the same things I used to do before I was pregnant. I took a blood test a few weeks ago, so we'll be finding out the gender of our baby soon. We are not going to wait to find out. We want to find out soon just to plan out our nursery, and I don't know. I'm a big planner in regards to things like that, so I want to plan ahead. I know many couples, they waited until the baby was here to find out the gender, and it was a big surprise, which I think is also special. But for us, we just decided, you know, we'll find out sooner rather than later. Maybe we'll have our little kitty Cheez-It walk out with like a blue or pink bandana. I thought that was like a cute idea. So we may do something cute in that regard, but I don't want anything big, no big gender reveal party or anything like that. So yeah, I'm very excited for what God has in store for us in 2023. My expected due date is July 24th. So it's a lot of new things that I'm learning and that I'm going through. In regards to 2023 in general, there's been a few things that God has placed on my heart. And if you've seen some of my other videos, I talked about praying for a word. And I started this back in 2019. My word for that year was release. In 2020, my word for that year was, I believe, surrender. And then in 2022, it was unplug. Unplugging from technology and social media and just being more present with God. And then this year in 2023, I've been praying about it. And my word for this year is, shoot, the lighting just got really, really dark. All right, the sun is back. So like I said, my word for this year is anchored. God has been reminding me to just really dive deep into his word, especially this year that I'm going to be going through so many changes. I want to have my foundation be on God and his truth, because even in the world that we live in today, there is just so much noise, so many opinions, so many voices telling you what to believe or what not to believe. So many podcasts that we listen to, and it's so easy for us to get caught up in what other people say versus what God says. And so I feel like it's so important for me to stay anchored in his truth. So that is what I've been doing. I also wrote down a few goals, but I wouldn't necessarily say they are goals. They are more like intentions, because I don't like having New Year's resolutions or goals. I like having intentions that I can just practice, you know? So the first one is work smarter, not harder. And this one can be hard for me to do because I can unintentionally be a workaholic. I put a lot of pressure on myself, and it's hard for me to find balance. And so this year I want to find better work-life balance. I don't want to put so much pressure on myself. And the fact that God should be the center of everything makes me at peace, because then I can surrender my work and my career into His hands, which was a big thing that honestly I was worried about. I was like, what if my pregnancy was a difficult one? Would I even be able to work during this time? And thankfully, it's been relatively smooth, besides, some of the symptoms that are inevitable, but I've been able to still work, so that's been good. But working smarter, not harder, not making work your identity, not making job titles your identity, not making what you do for a living your identity. Your identity should be in Christ. This is something that God constantly reminds me of. In college and right after college, I struggled with this because I was like, I need to have a big career and I need to, accomplish all of these goals. And God's like, there's so much more to life than your work, than your career. I know lots of people, and I can fall into this trap myself, where we find our identity in what we do for a living, either because we want to be impressive to other people or because we think work is life, but it isn't life. God should be the center of everything. God should be our life. And so this is something I want to intentionally practice, making God the center of everything, not work, not anything else. The third point, going along with my first two, is pursue slow living. And this is something that I want to do more of. I've talked a little bit about just rejecting hustle culture. I'm not about that life. I used to be more about that life, and God has slowly peeled back those layers and said, life is more than just what you're accomplishing, what you're doing, how busy you are. And I really just want to practice slow living. I recently purchased this journal from Jess Conti. It's super cute. She's one of my favorite YouTubers. And it's called the Day by Day 100 Ways to Capture Memories and Create Your Own Story. It's a guided journal. And I got this last week. What I love about it is that you can just write different things about your life, what's going on. And then she has these pages that you can just color in. And I thought it was just such a cute idea. And I haven't colored in a long time, like colored in a coloring book since I was little. And I've been wanting to do that lately. I feel like this is another way to practice slow living. So today I bought some colored pencils, and I'll be filling out this journal and just coloring. In my full-time job, I use a lot of technology. It's a lot of noise. I work in the digital industry, and so my head can get very cloudy with noise and opinions and just, social media, fun stuff, right? But I love creativity. I love doing things outside of technology. I do love filming, which is why YouTube is a hobby, and it's not something I do very often. Like I said, it's hard for me to have a consistent schedule on YouTube, but hopefully I'll get better at it in 2023. But like I said, may God's will just supersede everything that I want to do or expectations I have in my head, because I don't want YouTube to be my life either. I just want it to be a hobby, and I want God to guide me in that way as well. And then the last one that basically is the foundation for everything else that I pinpointed, and this one is give God all my time. Now, this is a hard one, and I'm already getting out of breath, so I need to take another breath. Give God all my time. So like I said, in 2022, unplug was a word that I had, and I didn't do a ton of unplugging. I tried, but like I said, it's an intention, right? It's something that I need to practice even in 2023 and beyond. But giving God all my time means how He wants me to accomplish my work and things that I do in my personal life and my hobbies, YouTube, just everything, my relationships, family, friends, church. There's so many different things to balance, and we can think that time is our own. And I've reiterated this in lots of my videos, and God's been teaching me to surrender the time that I have to Him, because we don't know when our last day is, and time is not our own. God has given us this time as a gift. And so I feel like the word anchored encompasses all of these points. And then this last point, give God all my time, is the foundation of just everything. Everything that I said in regards to working smarter, not harder, being present, pursuing slow living. And so, yeah, I hope to do that this year. So with that being said, I hope you gained some encouragement in this video. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. And I am planning some more creative faith-based content that I want to film in the next few weeks, and I've just been praying about it, so we'll see what happens. But don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and let me know how you all are doing. Share what your 2023 goals and intentions are, and I hope to see you all very soon for another video. Have a great week, guys.